book that I wrote, all the words that we spoke, yeah, only with our eyes.
So I had some great sushi tonight with Denise. Denise doesn't like being on camera, so I don't typically film terribly a lot when she's around. You can see her in the Japan vlogs. Somehow I think being with me for, 10 days, traveling with me, that she kind of got used to the camera. She's always used to having cameras around because my office is filled with cameras. I'm always goofing around with cameras. I'm goofing around with the drone, doing all sorts of stuff. But when we go out, she doesn't typically like them. I like to film everything. I would film 24/7 if I could, but I don't. But you did see her chopsticks in there for a second. So we ate at my favorite sushi place, which is called Sushi Sushi. It's in Harvest Hills. It is a great restaurant. If you haven't been there, I recommend you try it out. Been to a lot of sushi places in Calgary, and this happens to be my favorite, and it happens to be really close by. Actually, there's 2 sushi restaurants really close by to where I live. That is my favorite. The other one, much bigger, much more theatrical, but nowhere near as good tasting. And for me, it's the taste of sushi, because my favorite sushi restaurants are from Tokyo. No doubt about it. The secret to sushi for me is in the rice. The rice gives it that taste, and if you don't get the rice right, for me it's never as good. A lot of people think it's the fish, fresh fish and all that kind of stuff, or the cut of the fish. I mean, that plays into it, but most definitely it is the rice, because the rice is kind of that key ingredient. So, finished eating there. I'm just gonna have a beer now, and I'll probably have one later because I am working a bit later, so I'm gonna have to get ready and stuff, and I'll probably film that too, my loadout. So I'm working tonight. I'm working a concert. I'm working Tim Hicks, so I'm shooting for him. So I'm pretty excited for that. I get kind of free reign when I go in, so it's always nice. So I'm gonna be off to that, and we'll take it from there. So in the meantime, we'll have a beer. Last video I didn't have a beer. I've been trying to be better with how much beer I consume, I guess, and what I'm eating. I'm doing an okay job at it. I do have some motivation. This is not a New Year's resolution by any stretch or means of the imagination. I'll probably get into that in another video, exactly why I'm doing it. I mean, it's good for me anyways. There's nothing wrong with being a little bit healthier. But there's some definite reasons behind it, and that's gonna come later. So in the meantime, I'm gonna cheat, but it's not really cheating, but I'm gonna have a beer, and this is probably my favorite beer from a Calgary brewery. So Toolshed. My favorite beer that they make is called People Skills. I like the Grand Theft Auto kind of look that it's got going on. It's I think it's cute. I'm typically not a can guy. I don't like canned beer. I prefer bottles. I don't know why, I just do. But these guys only have cans. They have no bottles, so cans it is. So People Skills beer, which almost went everywhere, from Toolshed Brewery. It's really good. I really enjoy it. You should give it a shot. Their brewery is up in the Marlborough area. You can get tours and all kind of stuff. We'll maybe get out there for a tour eventually. But in the meantime, check out their stuff. A lot of local places have it, the carry beer, but you can go buy it directly. They fill growlers and all that kind of good stuff. So check it out, People Skills beer. They're not paying me to say this. I genuinely really like this beer. So we're going to use this tonight. It's a nice little attachment. We're going to attach the GoPro to the top of the camera, so you can get the perspective that I get when I'm working a show. So we're going to see how that turns out. So show tonight, I'm just going to quickly go through what I am packing in tonight. So of course I have my Canon 5D Mark III with a grip. And we got attached there, we've got the Canon 24 to 70 2.8 must for concert lighting, and I have a Fusion, if you can see that, anti-static filter on there. So it's clear, it's just a protector, just to protect the glass, and it's anti-static, so stuff doesn't stick to it. I actually really like it. These just came out last year, and essentially I'll be converting all my filters eventually to this because it just helps them keep them really clean. They're easy to clean. There's the Sigma 70-200 2.8 DG, so that'll be my long lens. Hopefully blow out some background there and possibly take some further back shots. So those are my two lenses that I'm taking tonight. And then just some other stuff that I typically take. I always take this guy here. That is the Xeon Visible Dust Remover. Now, dust removers, it's just a bulb. Most people are like, oh, I've got a bulb. But the thing is with this, it's got a filter, so the only way that air comes in is through the top. So it only comes in through the top. So basically you're not sucking up air and then blowing dust into your camera, because you can pull in dust. So that filters it all. For me, it's a lifesaver. I love it. It just stops you adding additional dust. Of course, we got a lens cloth, pretty standard, just a microfiber lens cloth. And then I've got a GoPro. I'm not sure whether I'll use it or not. Probably will. I will attach that to the top of my camera just for something different. And then we've got the black rapid strap, and of course, because it's got the zipper there, just in case, I always have a backup card for the camera. Always just in case. But I mean, the Canon Mark III, I've got two cards in there anyways. So generally this just stays put. Sometimes, on occasion, when you're busy and you're downloading stuff, you forget, so that is always there. And last but not least, this is my my media pass. So I bring that with me. This is actually not the pass for tonight, but and expired, obviously. So, but I keep all my stuff in here. I leave stuff attached, just like so. Black Label Society. So I just leave it. It's keepsake. It stays attached there. So we're gonna pack all this stuff up. So for shows, I use this Brent Haven bag. Not terribly fond of the color, but what I do like is that there is a strap in here that can secure to your waist. Depending on the show, sometimes I like to have it more secure. Basically, it is a small bag. It'll carry two lenses, pretty much, one attached to the body, and then another one, and then some other stuff, but it's pretty tight. It is a top loader, so I can zip that, and unzip that, and just load through there and keep the bag secure. Typically, I don't do that, but yeah. So I mean, my basic setup is, so I'll throw the GoPro. It typically goes in here. Then I got the blower. I'll just throw that in there, along with the lens cloth. It's kind of the best spot for that. Then the 70-200 lives right there, and then basically last guy here. Now, some occasions I do bring a third lens. A lot of times what will happen then is basically this camera will be out, the lenses, this will just be basically a lens pack. Most times I'm just two. If I know the show I'm going to shoot, I can pretty much, and where the venue is, I can determine which setup I'm going with. So that's pretty much it. I'll throw the black rapid in the front here. So there's that. So that's basically me all packed up. Like I said, it's a decent bag. I don't mind it. I wish it was a bit bigger. But then again, you don't want a massive photo bag in the pit either. And it's not like you can leave stuff kicking around anywhere. So that's my loadout for tonight, for shooting the show. As always, I kind of planned a vlog there, but depending on circumstances, we'll see what happens. But anyways, we're off to Tim Hicks tonight, to shoot a show.